Cabin 13 Productions.
Just
Not
Friends
even a
doesn't
Christmas
feel
movie.
like a Christmas movie.
It is though. It literally takes place like Christmas Eve.
That's not what I said. You take what I say and then you twist it because you're offended like a little.
I'm not.
You are. The lampoon Christmas is kind of boring at times. Tim Allen is the last person I would have thought to expect would be one of the, if not the perfect Santa in my eyes. Basically, he meets this woodsman.
Oh!
Who's like.
I'm such a loser, sweating God, I'm the worst.
It's officially that time of year, and we here at the Woodsmen could not be more excited. This is the time of year for you to spend with your friends and your family, and chat. If you're anything like us, you probably have your own Christmas traditions that you celebrate throughout the season. One of the most common traditions during the holidays is kicking back and throwing on one of your favorite Christmas classic movies. Whether it be Elf, The Santa Claus, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas, binging these festive movies is a great way to spend the holidays with those you love. So pause the Christmas Carol for just a little while and spend some time geeking out about these holiday classics with us here at the Woodsmen Podcast. Merry Christmas and welcome back to the Woodsmen Podcast. We're your hosts, Joey Rucker.
And Brent Murphy.
And happy holidays, folks. It is that time of the year.
Woo! Oh man,
Officially my time of the year.
first week of Christmas.
Yep.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. As you guys can
you're large
see
and in charge.
in our shots here, giving you a little love and tender. We have all of our
Love and tender what?
I couldn't think of a term, and it
Care?
came out as
love and tender
love
care.
and tender.
Tender what? A chicken tender? I get a chicken tender
Oh, God.
with this episode. That's crazy.
You do. But yes, guys, it is December officially as of recording this. You guys will see this coming up a little bit after our official Thanksgiving episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was also kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
If you missed it, we also did the Patreon Thanksgiving special where we actually had a Thanksgiving feast.
We really did, man. We worked hard. We slaved away in the kitchen, and we brought quite a meal. So if you guys want to see our meal, you want to hear us chew in the mic, which wasn't that great, but I mean, like, we chewed in the mic, and we got to just talk about what we're thankful for, and celebrating friendship and celebrating, what's coming up on a year of the Woodsmen Podcast.
We're almost there.
So we are almost there. It is pretty crazy. December will be, the month.
January.
I don't remember exactly.
When we posted for the first time, but yes, December was when we first started recording and taking everything seriously.
Yeah,
which is wild. I can't believe we're already in that month. Like, this year went by way too fast.
We've done a lot, though. We've done a lot, and there's a lot to be thankful for.
I keep saying that this year went by too fast, but it's also just like, wow, we went through a lot this year of episodes.
We did a lot of
moments.
things. A lot of things.
A lot of stuff happened. It's crazy.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. That's what happened.
Yeah,
That's what happened. Well, let's run through housekeeping pretty fast. We don't have a lot of stuff, but I thought I would just mention I made a boo-boo on the Jeff the Mongoose episode.
Oh, really?
I almost said Jeff the Killer, which would have
Jeff
been
the
so
Killer.
funny. But on the Jeff the Mongoose episode, I did say that no investigators were able to explain or say it was a hoax, that I said that mostly all of them said something was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. There was someone who did say that he thought there was a hoax, and I think we talked about it a little bit on the episode, but I thought I'd reiterate because I got a little bit more information. But I'm trying to. I lost his name, Chad. I'm sorry. He was He was an investigator of the actual thing going on, all the Jeff the Talking Mongoose stuff, and he was a British skeptic in general, but his name was Harry Price.
Okay.
And we did mention him. I think we mentioned that he had a book out about it as well, where you can read a lot of his stuff about that. But he suggested that Vori, the girl in the family,
Yeah.
he thought that she may have been hoaxing the phenomena and said that because she liked ventriloquism or whatever, that she could have somehow made voices
Come from the walls.
And from different places in the house that she wasn't in.
I mean, I know ventriloquists can throw their voices, but throwing your voice doesn't work like across a bedroom, you know?
Well,
like,
and not across a farm either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I thought I would just say that he did think that it was a hoax, and that was one of the reasons he gave. But to me, I'm thinking that's pretty lazy writing, in my opinion. But we'll let you guys
be the judge of that.
Also, we do have an update. There apparently is a movie about Jeff the Mongoose.
What the heck? There's
which
a
we
movie.
didn't know was a thing, which is actually a little strange that like we did an episode on Jeff the Mongoose and then find
And
out
all of a
after
sudden
that
we
there's
get-
a...
It's
It's
really
odd.
weird, but it's
It's
also
odd.
like it looks like it's really good production.
So I really want to know...
Yeah, it's got Christopher Lloyd and Simon Pegg, which is like those two actors have been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
So I don't know...
It's a real movie, and they're literally in the movie trailer, guys, like where they're just like, Jeff.
Yeah, so
Jeff,
obviously...
can you hear me?
So obviously it is 100% about Jeff the Mongoose.
is.
So,
I don't know how I feel.
wow.
I don't know how I feel.
So keep your eyes out for that,
Keep
I
your
guess.
eyes out.
Look up Jeff the Mongoose movie, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's the first thing that'll come up. So
The another thing I wanted to bring to the table for housekeeping was in the last episode, I had promised that I would fix everything on YouTube's inconsistencies.
I saw that the description was fixed, and I didn't have to change it, so that was cool.
Yeah. I
Nice.
fixed that. I reordered some playlists
Nice.
to be in the correct order, and I also made it so that this was just personal. I haven't brought this up with Brent yet, but so maybe he'll be mad. I don't know. But what I did was I threw in the chill casts into their proper Woodsman season where they belong.
yeah.
But
yeah,
they
nice.
still have their own separate
Yeah.
Chillcast playlist. For YouTube listeners, you can still just listen to the Chillcast if you want to alone if you go to the Chillcast playlist. But they also are now where they came out chronologically when we had posted them during those seasons. So like
Yeah.
1 through 5 of the Chillcast is in season 1. I think 6 and 7 are in 2, and then 8 is in 3. But anyway, there's still more to be done. Like I've got to do a lot more repair for the descriptions and make them a lot more consistent, and see whether or not there's any because what really brought it up to me was one, the fact that in the last episode I said I would promise I did it. So I was like, I got to do something. And then 2, for this last episode, for any of you who watched it, the intro had one of those YouTube songs on it, but it was one of those ones that just said, you can use it, it's fine. Just make sure to include this in the description. So I was like, okay. And so I included it in the description, and I was like, I wonder how many songs I never pasted that I was supposed to.
This
So
guy.
I might have to look back, but all that to be said, there's still some repair to be done. But I did it. I
Figure it out.
I did
We'll
some
figure it out.
stuff. Season 4, there's going to be like a
There's
major,
a major
bump in fixes that are going to be
Yeah.
wild to get done. But
I mean, surprise chat. We're taking a week off that week so
yeah,
we
just
can
so
get
we can
everything
do stuff
done.
like that. We're
But-
still going to be working. Don't you?
Yeah,
misunderstand.
trust. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on, but that'll be coming in January. So
Yeah.
look forward
look
to that. And well, other than that, I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or stories or inquiries on the studio space or Cabin 13, you can head over to the woodsmanpod@gmail.com. Shoot us a message. We love hearing from you. If you guys would send in anything on our email, that's cool. But we do hear from some people though on Instagram, which is cool.
Speaking of the Instagram.
Yeah. You can interact with us on Instagram or at X.
Yeah, now new and official X account. If gotta hone that in.
That's
Keep
right.
telling people.
That's right. Make sure you follow the X at the same @. It'll be Woodsmen Pod, same as Instagram. And if you guys like us and want to donate to the cause, because it's pretty hard keeping a podcast going this long weekly. You can subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
And you can get us on a candid, uncensored show, Back to the Cabin.
It's pretty
so
good.
You can find us there and all the information, and eventually we'll have more stuff on there. We only got 2 episodes, but we're working on it. But you can find us at patreon.com/the Woodsmen Podcast. So
We're getting out there. We're branching out.
Without further ado, are you ready to dive in?
To some Christmas movies?
100%.
Let's
ho, ho,
do
ho.
it.
Well, diving into some classics, bro.
Yes, let's do it.
First of all, is one of your favorite Christmas or holiday movies a classic in general? Or do you like a different Christmas movie that wouldn't be considered a classic?
Oh, I mean, that's... Most of my favorites are classics, I would say. I mean, it depends on how you define classic, because I don't know if people... I'm not saying this is my favorite, but I'm not sure if people would say Elf is a classic, since it's a bit more recent.
I would say it's a classic. I mean, it was a classic to me.
It's a good one for sure. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I think one that I always fall back on... What isn't my favorite? I was going to say The Polar Express, but...
I feel like that's a core childhood memory classic for you.
Yeah, well, because we watched it every year, and it was just like... I think I mentioned on last year's Christmas special extravaganza of the Woodsman that we have that tradition where every time we watch the movie, there's a scene where the entire train, crew comes out with hot chocolate,
breaks out in song,
and everybody's dancing. And so we always we'll pause the movie, go grab some hot chocolate, take it out, and we'll all dance together as a family. It's real goofy.
Wow.
It's fun.
That's so cute.
No, but I mean, I almost want to say Elf, because Elf is just all around. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's it's got the love, it's got the comedy, it's got the story too. It's got Will Ferrell.
It's a very original Christmas movie.
Exactly.
It's not like a remade kind of, There's only so many violent Santas you can have, There's a lot of those. And I mean, I like them. They're cool, but it's not very original as compared to something like Elf, where it's oh, let's take a kid.
Elf
they just
seems
got raised
like one
by
of those
elves,
movies that just blew up when it didn't have to. Because I could have seen another universe where Elf was just one of those movies, and it wasn't really that great. But for some reason, everybody's has to have it on.
Everybody knows about Elf. If you say Elf, the first thing you're thinking movie wise is oh, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell
as a giant elf, a stereotypical one with the pointy hat.
Dude, I love it so much. I love all the weird things they say, like how he calls himself a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
It's
I love stuff like that.
Will Ferrell definitely had to thought of that himself, because there's no way someone just wouldn't it would be funny.
I heard he didn't want to do a sequel to the movie because he just didn't want to ruin what that movie had.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a sequel.
It's
fine the way it is.
Absolutely agree. Yeah,
it's fine the way it is. As is most Christmas movies, I feel.
I agree. Yeah,
I mean, there's some where I'm all right, acceptable, like the Santa Claus. I'm okay, cool, but should there be a show? I don't know, but I haven't seen the show, so I can't judge. But I will say, as someone who has just recently watched all 3 Santa Clauses, it's December 1st as we're recording. I've already watched all 3. They're pretty good.
I mean,
it's being a trilogy,
Tim Allen.
But it's Tim Allen, yeah.
Tim Allen is the last person I would have thought to expect would be one of the, if not the perfect Santa in my eyes.
Yeah.
Is he?
He's good.
He might be my favorite Santa, of any iteration, just because he kind of gives me what Santa always made me feel like as a kid. What was his name? Ed Asner in Elf. He was okay. That old guy. The guy who played
yeah.
What's his name? The cannibal. In the other movie, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
The guy who played Santa
my gosh,
is
you're right.
Hannibal
I didn't
Lecter.
even. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a
Okay.
great Santa, and I love him a lot. But there's something magical about
Tim
Allen.
Allen's. Yeah.
He's got like the little curly mustache. He's all sweet and happy, and he loves cookies, and he's friendly to the elves, and it just makes me feel like a child again.
Oh my gosh. You know, I just recently watched Fred Claus. I don't know if you've ever
I
seen
don't think
one.
I ever saw that. I remember seeing trailers for it back in the day, and I was just like, "This looks like a weird movie."
It's with Vince Vaughn. It's definitely a movie you would watch older, like not as a kid, because it's not like
Sure.
I don't think a real kid classic. But I really enjoyed the Santa that's in that one.
I know.
He's a cool.
Do you know the actor by chance or no?
You know, he's someone that I've seen a lot in comedies, but I just cannot.
Just
I
can't
can't think
pick
of his
him out.
name. But
That's fine.
Yeah,
No, I'll have to give it a look.
no, it's good. It's like a good comedy one. It's not, it's nothing special, I guess, but it's a really good comedy Santa movie. But I just find his like Santa like very enjoyable. Just like it was more like a kid that just grew up very nice and caring about other people and everything.
No,
and,
I feel that. I
and then
feel
kind
that.
of just developed into Santa Claus, So
I'm always scared to like branch out of my comfortable space of Christmas movies.
oh, we know, because my favorite Christmas movie is Just Friends, and I feel like every time I bring it up, you're like,
Just
it's
Friends
not even
doesn't
a Christmas
feel
movie.
like a Christmas movie.
It is though. It literally takes place like Christmas
It
Eve.
feels like that other one. Or wait, am I thinking of two different movies? It's
Ryan
Ryan Reynolds,
Reynolds
but who's
is-
the actress?
I can't think of like the main girl, but the
Not
other
the-
one is Anna Faris. The
Oh,
girl
wait.
from the scary movies.
Like,
like funny. She's like a
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like a pop
yeah,
star.
yeah. Wait, but okay, now I think I'm getting it mixed up. Is Just Friends the same thing as that other one?
I don't know what
Not
other
the
one
one,
you're talking about.
the Ryan Reynolds movie where he's like fat when he's young.
Yeah, that's just
That's
Friends.
Just Friends?
Yeah, that's Just Friends.
Oh,
And I swear.
I mean, okay, it's a good movie, but
See?
I don't know if I would.
It's literally a Christmas movie. It literally takes place like Christmas Eve.
I guess but that doesn't
In New
make-
Jersey, it's a snowy white Christmas.
Is there Christmas music?
Yes.
Or do they give gifts to each other?
Maybe. Yeah. I
Do they play in the
watched.
snow?
Yeah, they ice skate.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's a Christmas
See,
movie.
that's what they
You're
they
right,
carol.
you're
They
right, you're
carol
right.
together.
If you're caroling, then
Yeah. See, if you're caroling, it's
maybe
Christmas.
I need to just rewatch.
You do.
What was it? Just
You forgot it. And
love something. Love
it's
me.
Just Friends.
Just Friends.
That's where
I was thinking
the
Love
invention
Actually.
of that's where the invention of the friend zone came from.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just used it in their movie. You're saying it came from that movie?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know. I mean, thanks to that movie, I've been friend zoned plenty of times. So,
That's crazy.
Speaking of the fact that we had to argue for a second there on whether or not Just Friends. Sorry.
That's wild. How do you forget it?
I don't know,
fast?
dude. Apparently it just doesn't register to me as Christmas, so it just doesn't go into the bank. It doesn't. Anyway, what I was gonna ask was there's a couple other movies that definitely have since the dawn of time been argued of whether or not they're actually Christmas movies, and I wanted to have this debate with you.
Well, I know if you're gonna say Die Hard, Die Hard's definitely a Christmas movie.
Die Hard makes me laugh so hard because that is the biggest argument in the entire world as far as is it a Christmas movie?
It's the argument.
It's the argument, absolutely. And I don't understand why, because, and for two reasons. One, I understand why people don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Why?
I understand, because there's barely any Christmas. Whereas you were like, there's caroling and ice skating and playing in the snow and there's love.
There's snow.
There's
the
snow.
love.
But half the movie is him crawling through vents,
Yeah.
trying to escape the bad guys.
Yeah.
And he kills people.
Yeah. Same as Violent Night.
No, but that was literally Santa. There's a difference, you know? There's a key line.
There's
where-
Silent Night with the deaf guy. He becomes deaf.
I don't know if I've
and
seen Silent Night.
He has to avenge his family or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I have, actually.
And that's a Christmas movie. It's literally called Silent Night. Terrible pun, by the way, for a deaf person. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but do you see, though, why I'm saying that, like, Die Hard, though the argument is funny, there's not a lot of Christmas going on. I'm not saying it's not a Christmas movie, but there's not
Doesn't
a lot
it
of
happen on Christmas Eve?
That I don't know. I'd have to look
I
it
actually
up.
do not know, but
I'll look it up on my phone. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm willing to say it's a Christmas movie.
I think it is.
But it's, for me, it's more so because it's a meme. It's not even because I think it's a Christmas movie. I think it's just because it's like,
You're just a bandwagoner.
what's that actor's name? He played
Bruce Willis.
Is it Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
He played Unbreakable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Unbreakable is also such a great movie.
That
I
is a
love
really good movie.
Unbreakable so
Yeah.
much. Oh God.
Well, I also know that, Gremlins.
See,
that
this is another big one.
100% a Halloween, Christmas movie for sure. Yeah.
See, and I have an announcement to make on the Woodsman. I've never seen Gremlins.
Sorry, chat, for the moment of silence. That was just me so disappointed in the person sitting next to me right
never
now.
understood what is it, Mogwai or something? What are they? Mogwai.
Yeah.
I never understood the fan base behind that, you know? Like, what's the... don't get it wet or it'll growl at you real angry.
Have you watched it?
No.
Exactly. So you don't get it.
What do I not get, though?
How about you watch it, come back and tell me?
Oh, my gosh. Okay,
I
whatever.
got no words for you, sir.
But you're saying to the people who do partake in this argument that...
I didn't know there was an argument about it.
Well, yeah,
It's 100% a Christmas movie.
Does it like just take place during Christmas and people are giving out mogwais?
He's literally a Christmas present.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never seen...
His dad literally goes out to try and find his son a Christmas present. And that's what he gave his son. It's 100% a Christmas movie. Whoever thinks otherwise is weird. Like, watch the movie.
I mean, I would not know. Sorry for the burp if you heard that, chat. I don't think you did, but
I'm pretty sure they put a Christmas hat on him.
Die Hard did take place on Christmas Eve.
Ah,
It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
Dude, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it takes place on Christmas Eve. Technically, isn't Spider-Man No Way Home?
Ooh,
No.
Spider-Man No Way Home fits
Isn't
all
that-
the... Well, no.
Because
that's just right at the
ending,
end.
like Christmas Eve, right?
The end scene is a Christmas scene.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they, like... I would imagine. It's just... Well, it's
Doesn't
also
that
just
take
snowing.
place at the same time as Hawkeye, the series?
I heard it was supposed to.
where
yeah.
he was
'cause,
technically
yeah.
below, but obviously he doesn't know who Spider-Man is, so...
Well, yeah, but yeah, cool. So he would know. Well, he knows who
They know who
Spider-Man is. They
but he
just
doesn't
don't know
he's
that
Peter
it's Peter
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know how they're gonna adapt that into the fourth movie.
Well, you haven't even seen the last Venom movie. I can't believe we
Oh my
went back
god,
into
I
this, but
haven't.
let me tell you, because I will say, it ends with the third one. I'm not gonna say like how you know that, but like it's definitely set up to end with this last one.
I mean, I feel like
I mean, it's called The Last
I know
Dance,
what's
so, I
happening.
mean,
but, I don't know.
Here's the thing: is we saw the symbiote piece of Venom leave his body when he got transported back to his realm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard based on the trailer. Now I've never
it's
seen
just
the
gonna
movie,
be
so I
weird to
can't say.
have a Venom that doesn't have Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, you know? Or
Well,
it's not gonna be Venom,
don't
but
spoil
it's
this
gonna.
for me. But this is my
I'm not,
question because
yeah.
now you're kind of confusing me. I thought that they retconned that whole when he got sent to the MCU for a brief period of time in the bar. and there was a piece of the Venom suit left over on the bar stool.
Yeah.
I thought they retconned that because in the trailer for the Venom movie, The Last Dance, that they were at that bar, but in the Eddie Brock universe, snatching up that little piece of Venom, saying like, trying to like retcon that it was ever in the MCU, and it actually just came off of him in the Eddie Brock universe. I don't know if that's actually true, or if maybe there still is a piece of the suit in the MCU.
I mean, I can confirm that. Yeah, that's like true. Like that he's in the same bar, but in his universe. But
I knew that. All right, don't spoil anything for me. We're not here to discuss the MCU.
You said you didn't even care about the Venom movies.
That's not what I said. You take what I say and then you twist it because you're offended like a little.
I'm not.
You are. This is what I said. Okay, this is what I said. Venom 1. Phenomenal movie.
Okay.
It's a great movie. I love the Venom 1 movie.
Fair.
Venom was hilarious and he was scary and like, what's his name? What the actor?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy playing Eddie Brock was such a good casting. Loved it. Venom 2. Venom 2 was okay. Carnage had his cool moments.
They did my boy Carnage so dirty.
But it was in this period from 2 to 3 where Venom started being given
He became a joke.
the
I know.
Thor Ragnarok, curse.
Yeah.
Where
You get to 3
instead of
and they just
being
make
this-
you a joke.
yeah, he's like, I need to eat chickens. I hate eating chickens. It's like, well, I'm not gonna let you eat people. And then he's like fighting Venom, and he's just like,
You want to know what it is?
If you
It's
wanna
because they're trying to make like anti-heroes or just straight villains like the main story without just
Oh,
making
God.
them bad. You know, they always
Yeah.
got to make it some sort of
this is literally a
like,
pet peeve of mine. If you're
like if
going
you're gonna
to
make a
use-
villain, if you're gonna make a villain story, then make them villains. Like make
exactly,
them like
yes,
do what they're supposed to do.
yes,
You know,
we are so in agreement here.
because
Because I hate that we have to have like this, Morbius is like actually trying to save the world, or Venom is actually
Yeah.
this anti-hero superhero guy, and it's like, nah. I hope that when Kraven comes out, Kraven is just a ruthless, savage, murderous killer. Because
I'm hoping
that's what
I'm
he is,
hoping,
you know?
because that's literally what he is. You want to know who did that right?
Who's that?
Freaking Spider-Man 2 game.
The game?
Yeah, they made Craven just.
Oh, in the newest one. Yeah.
They just made Craven like
Craven was absolutely badass. In that one.
wild.
It was
That's
amazing.
that's probably why it's gonna like make me mad that I'm probably not gonna like the movie as much as I should, because I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I can't get the vision of like perfect Craven game out
Yeah.
of my head now.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
And I'm
because
just like,
he's the wrong choice of an actor.
he's
I'm telling you, he's going to play the part well, but he's not going
He's
to
not big
be
enough.
Craven.
he's not.
I'm more excited as far as like evil goes. I'm more excited currently for Red Hulk in the Captain America movie.
This is true.
It
this
seems
is
like
true.
it's going to be okay. I can't. It's always too soon to tell, especially with Marvel these days. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoy all the Cap movies, and I
think this
enjoy
it's gonna be a good.
Sam being Cap. So
I
I'm
heard
just
that
hoping-
movie got like they had to reshoot like 4 times because they just kept being like, they're not gonna like it. That we need to do it the way that the fans are gonna like it. We just have to go back and
Oh
start over.
man!
And I
Well,
heard they did that
that's-
like 4 times because they were like, we need to make a bomb movie, especially after Wolverine and Deadpool. I'm sorry, Deadpool and Wolverine, but Deadpool and Wolverine. But
that is
anyway,
okay. I'm
sorry,
sorry,
chat. Sorry, but we go into this, and one day we're gonna have a full just Marvel nerd episode where we're just gonna geek out about all of it. It'll be great. But today we are talking about Christmas movies.
Yeah, come on, Joey.
Joey. So another one for the roster of like, is it a Christmas movie, is Nightmare Before Christmas. I think we even may have brought this one up on the last episode, but I want to see if our opinions have changed or anything.
I say it's October through December
So your argument
Movie.
is that it's a Halloween and Christmas movie.
and Thanksgiving.
I don't think it's a Thanksgiving movie.
Can be watched in that whole
It can
span
be watched
of 3
in
months.
it, but it wouldn't be categorized as one.
I mean, you
I-
gotta give thanks for what you got. That's what he did.
I guess I personally
Isn't there a giant turkey in it? when they go to that like world with all the different holidays or whatever.
There's a turkey on the door to the Thanksgiving land, but we never got to see Thanksgiving land before. There was a tree to like a bunny, a tree to a turkey, a tree to Mr. Claus.
Well, if there's a turkey, I mean, I feel like it's a nod.
We talked about well, it actually makes sense that there's a door to the turkey because we talked about this last episode that there's a guy named Mr. Turkey.
Mr. Turkey,
who goes around
and he drops his fetuses
delivers
into
me in a tight bag, naked and afraid.
In just
He's
little
like, Happy
meat
Thanksgiving,
sack.
pilgrim, and he tosses, me on the porch.
He lobs it. He lobs it onto the porch, the front porch.
He lobs.
He actually doesn't even make it to the porch. It just goes through the window.
Me being
straight into the kitchen.
me being Mr. Turkey's delivery is one of my favorite Woodsmen bits we've ever done.
And to think it was right off the dome. That's what makes it better.
I was editing the last episode and I would get to that part and I couldn't keep myself from laughing out loud. So yes, there was a turkey door.
There was a turkey door.
I personally think that it's more of a Christmas movie than it is
Interesting. Okay.
Halloween movie. Now there's so much evidence for both sides. I think it's more Christmassy because the whole point of it is like him wanting to do Christmas, and that he hates his holiday for some reason, and he's like tired of
He's bored of his holiday. He's bored of it.
But I think the fact that he literally goes up in a sleigh, and then eventually they have to literally save Christmas because he ruins it. Just feels like a Christmas movie.
I guess.
There's a lot of snow.
There's a lot of snow, but then there's a lot of darkness and monsters in the entire thing.
And the boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Oogie boogie.
Oogie boogie.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just my take. I don't know.
I feel like it's both. I mean, you can have your opinions. That's cool. But they're wrong, but I mean, that's fine.
You know, we were talking about sequels for some of these movies, how Elf never needed a sequel.
Yeah.
I think that you're right. I don't think any Christmas movie that has been done correctly ever should have a sequel. I can think of actually two from the classics that ended up getting sequels that I never watch. I have seen them. It's Rudolph and it's Frosty. Both of them have like 2 or 3 movies, and even like a joint one too, where they meet up.
I think I've seen the Rudolph 2.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't remember a single thing about it, so it wasn't that good, you know? But I did not know there were like multiple Frosties and a crossover.
Yeah, there's
like
a
the
crossover.
Freaking Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. Like
it literally is, dude.
Rudolph
it's the same
Frosty.
vibe. It's the same thing, and I don't like it. I don't mess with it.
Thanks. You just had that off the dome, by the way. That wasn't even in your notes.
No, it wasn't. But you mentioned how Elf shouldn't have the sequel, and I was just like, I remember the Rudolph sequels, and I was just like, it's kind of sucks.
It's kind of bad.
It's
kind of bad.
And like in the crossover, the same way that the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour thing did it.
Oh no!
Because they're both different animation style. When Frosty meets up with Rudolph, he's in like a 3D sculpted
like the
claymation type of animation. And it's okay. It's just Rudolph has like a wife and kids. It's like really weird. I think that happened in the Frosty sequel. I don't know. It just doesn't need to happen.
It sounds like it doesn't.
He said he'll be back again one day, and that's where we should leave it. I didn't want to know
what day. It's just some day.
I didn't need to know what happened when he did come back.
In a galaxy far, far away. I don't know, man.
Oh man, dude! Did you ever watch Little Drummer Boy?
Yeah.
The other claymation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd you think of it? I think of the others, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I do think it's kind of a classic.
I think my favorite, like, old claymation one is probably Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh my god, dude! It's such a great movie. Probably the best one. Yeah.
We just watched it too,
and
it never ceases to make me smile. You know, it's just a good one. It's a good, enjoyable one. Knowing, oh my god, Topper.
Fake fan. You're right.
Freaking Topper. That dude is so chill. No,
Hopper's the
but
best.
I just think it's like a cool little message. Like, bro doesn't even care. He's got to do everything he can to
Just
get
wants to help
Christmas
the
to these kids, you know? And it's just a really good.
Because the something miser Burgermeister
Yeah.
didn't
Burgermeister.
Isn't it like a two name?
Yeah,
Like a
it
something
is.
miser.
Two
Burgermeister?
ers, I think. I don't know, man.
he
I don't
tripped on
know.
a toy and then hated toys.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
guess. And he just
like,
outlawed
"My
toys.
Yo-yo." I love the yo-yos, dude.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is why I love Christmas movies so much, dude, because I just feel like they bring out that child in you. I just feel like
you just get excited when you see him.
yeah. There's just a process of Christmas that I love about that is that you just get to kind of relax and enjoy. I know you're all into like Halloween and like loving all the spooky, scary
Love it.
ghosts in the closets, but it's like,
That's right.
but what about the cheery times and the Christmas and the candy canes
I mean,
and the happy vibes?
Here's my thing.
Happy vibes don't exist.
No. I will listen to Christmas music any time of the year if it so fits my vibe. So I really don't care, you know. It's
Really, I don't think
I'll watch any Christmas movie whenever I feel like it. If I see it and I want to watch it, I'm gonna watch it. I watch Just Friends, I think, like every
yeah, I know. You were
season of the year.
watching the Santa Claus 2 like what, a month and a half ago? Maybe
Yeah.
just a month ago now? I mean, it was just past Halloween. And
I was like, all right, time to bust it out.
it's
early.
turkey season, time for Tim Allen's Santa.
Yeah, you know. I don't know, man. It's just, well, maybe because I don't really have a lot of like traditions, you know, when it comes to Christmas or Thanksgiving. I just, you know, on Thanksgiving I sit there and I eat more food than usual, and on Christmas I eat more food than usual and open some presents, and that's about it. You know, I don't really have a lot of stuff I do, you know, so I just I lob it all in one.
Yeah,
you know, I do more on Halloween because I still trick or treat at 24 years old. So
see, and I don't.
You know.
I don't think I've ever trick or treated in my life.
that's crazy. That's
No.
crazy.
I almost
How does
got
it feel being a weirdo?
I'm okay with it, you know, going to strangers' houses, being like, "Hey, can I have candy?" I know we kind of grew up saying this is exactly what children aren't supposed to do, is take candy from strangers. But I would actually like to formally request one. It's like-
And then they give it to me.
and then they give it to me, and everything's fine. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's I used to feel bad about missing out on that, but nowadays I couldn't care less. I'm
You
just
don't like dressing up as something, and
I do, but like if it's with a couple of friends or maybe we're going out somewhere, but it's not like to dress up as a Viking and then go to someone's door at 24 and be like, "Hey, trick or treat."
I mean, this year I stood outside on my porch and because I was Mothman, and I scared kids. They came by, and I thought it was the most fun.
Scared.
Yeah, dude, it was so fun. I acted like I was like someone
Like
had
one of
set
those
me up or
things.
whatever. So I just had my hands out, and you know, it was dark, so you just had the red flashing lights, and I was just standing there and waited for some kids to walk up, and they would kind of look at me like, "That's
not
That's
a
not-
Mothman.
Is
That's
that
a
real?"
man.
And they would come up, they would grab candy, and they would like walk away, and I would just like start walking behind them and wait till they turn around and they'd run away. and-
You're wild,
Dude, it's so fun. It's like the only time of the year you can go and like scare little kids and not get yelled at for it.
You just find joy out of that.
Yeah, you go, ah, and they're like, ah, and I'm like, what
See, where it's
losers.
like, I don't like that. I like being able
Because I was
to-
one of those kids that was
I
scared.
was scared and running away from the 24-year-olds chasing me
Dressed as Mothman.
dressed as Mothman. No, but I love the vibe of. You hear my voice crack?
Oh, yeah, I did. I
Maybe
wasn't
I'm-
even going to bring it up, but
Maybe I'm
you.
not 24. I'm like 13 still, but
Oh,
I
mean, you're still wearing the same shirts.
okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And the same hat.
Hey, dog, this is brand spanking new.
I spent my hard-earned money on this
I didn't pay for
Santa
this.
hat.
Somebody else got this for me. I spent money on this stuff because it's Christmas, and I like Christmas. Christmas is my favorite. You're just making fun of me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You're allowed to love this holiday as much as I love Halloween.
The Lampoon Christmas is kind of boring at times. At times.
That's crazy.
At times.
And you like A Christmas Story?
Oh, here we go. Let's do it.
That's wild.
Because it's time. Listen, The Lampoon Christmas has much more comedy integrated into the movie. I get that.
Yeah.
But there is something special. There's something heartwarming and makes you love one another when you watch A Christmas Carol.
Not really.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't like A Christmas Story?
I mean, it's cool. It's not a favorite.
Favorite. I hate you sometimes. Bob freaking humbug. I hate it. I hate it.
You're the one that like fired shots first.
I fired shots. I said it was boring at times. And all you just said was, and you watch A Christmas Story. You gestured to the whole movie. I said there were a couple times where I'm just like, can we move it along to the next scene because the Lampoon thing is like taking a while. Like
the Lampoon thing.
The Lampoon joke of him setting up the lights on the house is funny, granted, but it's like 10 minutes too long of a scene where I'm just like, all right, I get it. Fall over and get mad. Like I just want to see that part. I hate that you're right though. I hate that I love A Christmas Story and I always have, but it is
not favorite worthy.
It is.
Like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying it's not favorite worthy.
It is
not Just Friends. It
is so much better than Just Friends. Yeah, I'll make that claim. I would watch Christmas Story before I watch Just Friends.
Well, yeah, that's because you have a personal family attachment to it.
And what is the thing you have for Just Friends?
I just like it.
I just like it.
My family didn't care about it when I put it on. I put it on myself and I liked it by myself.
My family didn't drag me into a Christmas cult.
Yeah, I just put it on and I was like, haha, Ryan Reynolds is funny. And then that was just,
oh my god, dude.
And I swear,
The Christmas Story has like
in
the oh fudge scene. That one's great when he's changing the tire and he says a bad word in front of his dad and you're like, I remember saying, oh wait.
Yeah, finish that sentence. I'm supposed to remember what, Joey? What about my childhood was I supposed to remember? Go ahead.
Supposed to remember changing tires with your dad.
Saying a cuss word in front of my dad, changing the tire with my dad.
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on. Let's just move on to another topic.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I wanted to talk about this too.
Okay.
It was just a general question, like amongst friend.
Yeah.
Why do you think there are so many Christmas carols? Like, what is it about I love Christmas Carol. I love every rendition almost. But why are there so many? Why is that story so good that people just keep remaking it? Because, like, I wrote down just a couple of, like, the biggest ones, which by the way,
added one too.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't add all of them because there are actually
There's a
more
lot.
than
There
I
are
thought.
a lot, yeah.
But the oldest one I could find was called Scrooge and Marley's Ghost in 1901. And it was just like a 6-minute silent movie.
Dude,
You
that's
know,
scary.
one of those ones where like they
That's-
act out stuff and then a screen comes up saying, ow.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy.
Dude,
That's crazy.
2019 one.
Yeah, that
Which
one's
that one?
That one's my favorite one actually.
Is that that's the
one
newer
with-
one?
Yeah, that's the
that
one
you
with
saw?
Guy Pearce. And
yeah.
dude,
You
it
were
was like
telling me about it.
more like almost like a horror like type of thing. But we've talked about the I mean, we've talked about in the near-death experience, you know, with the Christmas Carol. We talked about it last Christmas.
Yeah.
One of our first episodes ever. You know, we had talked about how A Christmas Carol is, like, essentially just a big old ghost story. I mean, like, bro just encountered, like, 4 ghosts in one night when you think about it. So it is,
Yeah,
like...
but what is it about that, like...
Maybe because it embodies, like, what the Christmas spirit, I guess, is supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of people, too, like, they can kind of relate as far as, you know, like, industrial-type workers and, like, people who were kind of just slaving away for next to nothing type of money. Because, I mean, it's an old story. And then, like you said right there, 1901 was, like, the first, like, visual, I guess, representation of it. So you got to think, like, a lot of those people kind of struggled way harder than, like, we struggle. I mean, we're struggling right now, but
Yeah.
they were, you know, they were doing a lot of hard work to get, you know, next to nothing type of money.
Yeah.
And it probably makes a lot of sense to them that there's, you know, a boss that doesn't care at all about the poor or care about anyone else but themselves and all that kind of stuff. But then the aspect of, like, knowing, dang, there's a lot of mistakes I've made in my life. There's a lot of mistakes I make right now. And, you know, should I change or should I be better? That kind of thing. I feel like it just relates to, like, a multitude of different people. So I feel if it sells, you know, you know how Hollywood and, you know, just America in general is, it's like if it sells, then we're just going to keep making more of it, you know.
But
and
that's the weird
you can't
thing.
really add on to the story. So what do? You got to recreate it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
but that's what is so crazy to me is, like, I completely understand what you're saying, and I agree completely that, you know, when you got something that works, continue to use it.
yeah.
But it's crazy as well to me that we see that and we're still just like, a new Christmas Carol, like, you know, we're just like, I'll take another one. I'll take a new one. I would be happy if a new good one came out now. I should probably go see the one you're talking about. The 29. What'd you say the actor's name was?
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I would. I'm down to go watch that.
Good.
Honestly.
It's on Hulu.
On
It's
Hulu?
on Hulu. Yep.
Well,
It's 3
shout out
hours.
to that.
3 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like
It's a big one.
It's definitely in depth type of one. I mean, but it's good though. It's like
We
just
just
one of
started
those.
off our family Christmas movie tradition last night with, you know, one of the Christmas carols, the Scrooged one I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
The one with Bill Murray. Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Just watched that one last night. Still
Heck yeah.
holds up.
Dude.
In the end of the movie, you're just.
I know. I need to watch that one.
It's pretty funny. I'm down to watch it with you. It's good. It's just comedy, and it's just like Bill Murray hates everybody, and it's Bill Murray hating everybody.
Yeah,
so you're just
so-
like, it's great.
You're like, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Wow.
That tracks. That
That
tracks.
tracks.
I want to know what I would love to do, like hot take. Remember, you know, because we used to be in the Christmas plays. We did a
Oh.
Christmas Carol.
Okay.
I want to go watch a live play of A Christmas Carol,
I
but like a good one. I don't want like we didn't care. Like I want it to be people who want to be there, you know, and I want to see if it's like actually good or not, you know.
I would be down. Are you wanting it to be just a play or like a musical?
Nah, I want it to be like pretty play right off the book type.
Okay.
You know, if they're gonna do it, they gotta do
So
it.
no sing-songy like tap dancing.
No. I don't do musicals, first of all, and like you bring in the tap shoes, I'm leaving.
Hey
so
man, I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but when you see some on Broadway and it's a good one, like Hamilton,
yeah,
you're pretty entertained throughout the whole night.
yeah.
And a couple drinks from the bar
Doesn't hurt either. It doesn't hurt either for sure. I mean, I like that one that we watched. We watched one for your sister's birthday, I think. Was it Beetlejuice?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it
we
was
did go see
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was
That was
really
cool.
fun.
That was
fun.
a good one. That was a good one.
I had fun. I didn't enjoy the seating. 'Cause
Yeah, they were just
that building wherever we were at.
they're not made for normal sized people.
They're not. That's not be nice to me. It's not made for big people.
It wasn't made for me.
Was it uncomfortable?
Dude, it
for
was
you too?
uncomfortable, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
I was like, if I'm hurting, I can only imagine how you're feeling. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Well, we have some more stuff we're gonna jump into.
There's a Barbie Christmas Carol.
Apparently, I
That's
just did
crazy.
my little research. There's like Bugs Bunny, Smurf, Disney, the Disney one I love, Muppets, Flintstones. I guess there's a
What?
whole lot.
What the heck? That's crazy.
I also
Okay.
love Mickey's Christmas Carol.
So do I.
It's
So
like,
do I.
What, 20, 30 minutes, but it's still so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna
gotta
talk about a little bit more stuff. But as we go through our little clink here, this will be a great time for you guys to check out the Patreon. Go over there, subscribe. We got 2 episodes for you.
Just saying. Patreon.com/the Woodsmen Podcast.
Where you can watch our new show, Back to the Cabin.
Yep.
Just
We already
saying.
got 2 episodes up. And we got a 3rd one this month. So,
There you go.
yeah.
So continuing our discussion on all things Christmas movies, just because this is my passion. I love all these movies.
This is the passion.
This is the passion.
The passion.
I wanted to ask you as well. We talk about how some of these movies are like classics, and some of them, granted, like you can't get like more classic than like It's a Wonderful Life type of thing, where it's like it's an old movie, it's a Christmas, everybody's just like it's a family, it's for this time of year.
I actually don't think I've ever seen that movie.
What?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, you totally should. It's like
I also haven't seen Miracle on 34th.
okay. To be fair, I haven't seen that either.
I was gonna say I saw it on your list, and I was like, I
just
don't
put it there
know.
because I know people talk about it. But
Yeah.
I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I also haven't seen it in years.
I heard it's a very touching.
It's a touching movie. If I remember correctly, and I'm so sorry, chat, if any of you like get frustrated with my recollection here, but I'm pretty sure it's mainly about a guy who like dies and basically becomes a ghost with like an angel or something following him, and he basically gets to walk around the world after his death, seeing how, kind of like Christmas Carol, how like life will begin to work without him. Like,
Dang, that's
he just
crazy.
dies, and as a ghost he walks around and sees like how some people's lives are affected very positively, and how some people like literally can go homeless or die, or some other people get angry, whatever. And so it's just this crazy long movie about, or not long, but just movie about how he comes to terms with like, oh, I got to change my life around too, because I'm kind of being an asshole, and I
Dang, that's interesting.
he gets like another chance at life, and so he gets to like survive. I don't know if it was like a car crash or something, but he basically wakes up after the accident and he's like, I'm alive.
I'm a better man.
I'm a better man. It's
Yeah.
got that same Christmas Carol love in there, but it's also it does it in a way that you're not like, oh, this is a Christmas Carol knockoff, you know.
Okay.
It's very good. I very much like it.
That's I don't think I've ever.
I
I
we
haven't
should
heard
totally
anything
watch it
about it.
sometime. It's
Yeah.
older, but it holds up. I think, I think the movie's all in black and white, but I don't
Oh,
remember.
interesting.
It could
okay.
have some color. I don't remember
So
actually.
then I definitely haven't seen.
But no, it's
Yeah.
definitely good. You should definitely watch it. We should do it sometime. But in regards to it being a classic, and all these other ones that we can downright say like Elf classic,
Yeah.
what makes those classic? Like, what is it about them?
I don't know. It's probably subjective because I feel like a lot of people can deem something a classic even though no one else agrees. But, if you grew up with it your whole life and you have watched it since you were a child, then I'm pretty sure that makes it a classic to you. But, I mean, the others, they're probably going to look at you like, Elf. Like, what do you mean? Like, a classic is Rudolph, So it's,
yeah. I mean,
because I think some people would think like, oh, the older it is, the classicer, it
Classicer.
is, but it's not. It's just
well, that was a question that I was kind of like trying to debate with myself, was
because
is
I
it
wouldn't say
just
Polar
about
Express
time?
is a classic, but
Ugh,
it's a
it's hard for me
classic
to
to
agree, but you're
enough
probably
people.
right.
It's a classic to enough people who've grown up like watching it every single
They have a real life
Christmas.
Polar Express.
Yeah, I want to do it.
It's
It
pretty
looks
fun,
cool.
yeah.
It looks cool.
It's pretty fun.
Because I mean, I like the movie. It just kind of at times creeps me out. I don't
It
know
gives,
if it's Uncanny
no, it
Valley.
gives Uncanny
bro,
Valley
but-
vibes.
Because the animation is there enough to not be there.
Every time,
then it,
like the
like,
main girl in the movie, like smiles or just
Yeah,
kind of stares
no,
at the
I
kid.
don't-
My dad's always just like,
I don't
"Oh,
like.
feel good."
I don't like them showing teeth. They just need to not show teeth. Because they don't do it right.
Dude, did you know that Tom Hanks literally like did the
he motion captured, didn't he?
but
Yeah.
like he did like 6 of the characters. He was like the
he
homeless
was
guy,
the
he was Santa,
the
train conductor.
guy. Yeah.
He did the motion capture, not the voice, but the motion capture for the kid, the main boy.
Interesting.
You know who I
didn't know that.
think played the main boy? Whatever that guy's name is, who did like, I'm going to really date myself with how many movies I know of him, but he was most recently in Five Nights at Freddy's. But he was also in Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
The kid is a Josh
Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah, that guy. He was
Really?
the boy.
I did not
believe.
know that,
Yeah.
actually. That's crazy. I didn't
So-
know he's been in the game that long.
No, he's been in the game for a long time. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry to go off that tangent. I just love Polar Express. But anyway,
It's fine, man. You can.
I do think there is some truth to the fact that time is what makes something classic objectively. I hate to think that subjectively it's not, like there are some movies that aren't classics. Like to me, Elf just has to be a classic, but I guess in a way some people probably
Yeah.
could get annoyed or probably just don't find it
because
as,
it's like early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like some people.
as far as I could tell, Polar Express of the list I made. Now I don't know about the ones you added like Fred Claus and stuff, or Christmas with the Cranks,
Yeah.
which I also haven't seen. You'll have to tell me about that.
That's like a. Dude,
But
I
The latest
really
one
enjoy that movie.
I brought was 2004, which was Polar Express. I don't know if those
Okay.
other ones came out after that.
I want to say Christmas with the Cranks might be older.
Might be older.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. But I don't know. There's some of those movies I'm just like, heck yeah, bro.
Well,
But yeah, I feel like it's all about like making traditions as well. I mean,
mm,
you know, whatever you do around the holidays, you can choose to make your own classics. You know, they don't have to be like family classics and stuff like that. It really just kind of depends on.
Christmas with the Cranks also came out in 2004.
Oh, dude, nice. I was gonna say I
Interesting.
feel like it was early 2000s, but I feel like
Yeah.
that 2004. Man, we're freaking old,
We're
dude. That's
getting older.
20
It's
years ago, bro. That's crazy.
2004 is always
Oh.
like, and well, because of my age, every time I think back and I'm like, oh, 2006, 2008, 2004, I'm always just like, oh, that's when I was 8 years old. Or that's all. You know, you don't think of it the opposite where you're like, that was 20 years ago. And you're like, oh, God. Oh, that hurts.
And it just keeps
That hurts
going
quite a bit.
faster. It just
Yeah,
keeps
it's like,
going faster.
I'm actually extremely close to 30 when you really think about it.
Dude, I
Closer to
know.
30 than I was when I was 4.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yay. At least we'll be doing this podcast when we're 30, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Going back to our parents' house.
Oh God, I hope not. I'm gonna get us out of here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna get out.
I will go poor before I.
I will, dude.
Oh no.
Well, anyway, so I see the argument of the time. I wonder if time is the only reason it's a classic, because this is sort of my own personal, like, weird, as a lover of Christmas movies, I've had this weird dilemma lately where every movie that comes out that just seems like a wholesome Christmas movie, it doesn't feel like it will have that spark 20
Yeah.
years down the line. And I don't know if it's just me or if like maybe there's a reason to it. And I was kind of going to ask why you think why the movies that come out now that are like wholesome, fun family Christmas movies sometimes don't feel like they're going to end up being classics, if that makes sense.
You know, I would say it's just the writing. I feel like so much is being pushed to like write about now that it's not really about that. Like, hey, let's make a movie that's fun for everybody in the household. That's not cheesy. That's just like a heartfelt like message, short, sweet, to the point. I mean, like all those Christmas specials we were talking about are like 20, 30 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not like
That's
long.
true.
They're not like long movies or anything like that. They're just like short, sweet films, you know. But they were kind of like aired for TV, all that kind of stuff. And we don't have that now because we have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have all that. Like if anything's going to premiere, it's going to premiere on one of those, you know. So I feel like it's really different now because you can make made for TV stuff. And it's like if I wasn't like there with the TV on at 8 p.m. on ABC or, like some regular low band station, to watch the film, you're just not going to see it,
No, that's a good point.
We've made things so accessible that it's not really that meaningful anymore because you don't have to wait for anything. Mm-hmm. So you don't get that excitement of like, oh, I had to wait all year till, December for it to air any of this Christmas stuff. Now you can just, just watch it on whatever streaming platform has Christmas stuff,
Yeah.
So
shameless plug, go check out Is Creativity Dying?
It is. It is.
But
like accessibility has made it die because people just have nothing really to look forward to anymore as far as, the weight factor. I mean, the next thing to go is probably movie theaters because people,
dude,
they don't want to wait. They don't want to pay like $8 to $10 for a movie ticket to see it one time.
And dude, this is where I hope you're wrong because
I don't want it to be true because I love the movies. That's like my favorite place.
There's something about it. Like, even though I understand the lazy factor, I understand being in your living room and you're just like, oh yeah, there was that one movie that came out. I wonder if it's out. And you look on like a streaming service, 5 clicks away, now you're watching the movie. That's nice. But there is something obviously theater, but bear with me on the stupid terminology. There is something theatrical about going to a movie theater. There is something, it's like when you go see a musician or you go see a comedian or something. It's something about sitting with an audience of strangers who are about to experience this movie with you.
Yeah, the same thing, like complete strangers. You guys have nothing in common besides like you thought that this movie is interesting enough to go and see it specifically.
Yes, and it's
it's a place. It's a place of like. Well, I mean, like think about it, bro. Like it's the place of first dates. I mean, like almost every single person who has ever gone on a date with anyone, one of the first things you ever do is go to the movies. Mm-hmm. Like it sounds weird because it's so almost insignificant, but that was like a lot of people can relate on that level that they like have gone on a date. They've like had that like nervous feeling that like, oh man, my palms are sweaty. Like, I don't even know what movie I'm seeing because I've been nervous this whole time. Like, it's just stuff like that. Like we take it for granted because now people can just be like, hey, you want to go see this movie that just came out like yesterday on Netflix at my house? And then it's like there's no preparation. There's no
and that's why I'm so scared
thinking about
I don't
anything.
Want it to end. I don't want to lose that. I love that feeling.
We're already losing drive-ins.
I know. I know, dude. Drive-ins are also a special treat.
Some people don't even know what that is that are our age. Think about that.
Wild.
There's some people like in certain states where it's like they just don't have drive-ins, because it's not a big thing. So it's like some people have never experienced that in our lives. We're just lucky because we live by LA that there are places that still keep it alive,
Wow.
Like we've experienced it, but I can guarantee a whole bunch of other people probably have not experienced.
I didn't even know it was getting that bad. That's crazy, dude.
I think there's only like 3 or 4 drive-ins in California.
No way.
In all of California, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god,
dude. It's like the numbers like ridiculously low, and there used to be drive-ins everywhere apparently, just here in like San Bernardino area. Like when my mom was like our age and everything, she'd be like, yeah, there's like probably like 5 or 6 like just like here, like out here. You didn't have to drive to like Riverside. You didn't have to like go through all that traffic. Like could have just gone like it was a normal movie theater.
Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are things I don't like about drive-ins. As far as
the sound, like I want to go to a movie theater for like good sound, but it's like the experience of going.
Yeah, the experience of going is why you go. It's that feeling of being out in the cold air. You also have
one of the first things we ever did outside of school was go to a drive-in, bro.
That was when I've been shot.
I've been shot. Oh my gosh,
that's crazy,
dude. Yeah, I'll never forget that, bro. I'm pretty sure it was like Star Trek and then something else.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I don't even think we watched the movie. I think we were just like
sitting there talking about crushes and being boys and pretending to be shot when fireworks went off.
Dude, that was
simpler times.
What a glorious time in life, man. What a glorious time.
Well, and that's how I feel about the movies. Is I kind of feel like how Bert Kreischer had that one like news interview or something where he was explaining how much he will never stop drinking, and he will always keep himself healthy enough to drink.
Yeah.
Because there's
yeah.
nothing like waking up on a nice, cool morning, wind, and then you have like a mimosa in your hand or something, and he just goes off on this whole beautiful speech about
And
drinking.
people are just looking at him like.
But when you put some like nice music behind his words, and you play a scene of a sunset,
You'd be willing to give
you'd be
him
like,
money.
Yeah.
You'd be like, here, I'm
You
donating
get
to
it.
the cause. Like,
Yeah,
I get you.
exactly.
I understand.
That's how I feel like about movies, dude. I am so passionate about, like, even though, and maybe I haven't made it clear on The Woodsman. I feel like we've nodded to it before, but I hate people. I hate people so much. They suck. They're annoying. They're loud, and they're crowded. But there's
That's facts.
something about going to a theater where all of that just goes away.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're experiencing something.
I'll
It's-
allow you to sit next to me.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Like I've started.
Like, I
to
don't
get to
want
that-
it. I'll
Yeah,
make
but-
sure to,
but-
leave a space in between. But, like,
Oh man,
if
and you know
it
what?
gets crowded, I'll allow you to sit next to me.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And I think what really did that. We're not going to go on a Marvel tangent, but what really sold it for me was Endgame.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Endgame. There will never be a movie moment like that ever again for me. I doubt it. You would have to have a really good movie.
I only have two. That were like that. One was Endgame. The other one was seeing The Best Man Holiday, which, oh my God, it's a Christmas movie. I should have put that on this list.
The Best Man Holiday.
Yeah, dude, it's like oh my gosh, it's such a good movie. But I saw it in theaters, and it was like opening weekend, and I want to say I'm pretty sure I have like talked about this before. Like, I have a strange feeling I might have talked about this on the Christmas episode, but
Okay.
I just remember walking in, no seats, no seats. And like, I was young, so I went with my mom and my grandma, because like, I guess that's a tradition for ours. We go to the movies for Christmas. Like,
nice.
It's just a thing, but no seats. There were only two seats next to each other, and there was one seat like in the second row, like from the front, so I had to like look up, at this big old screen. I decided to take that seat, and I sat in between these two, like probably in their 40s to 60s or whatever. And we were laughing together. We were crying together. We were like,
What?
Dude, it was like the funniest and the best time I've ever had in my movie, like, experience in my
That's so
entire
cool.
life.
And it
In
was
my
a
entire
Christmas
life.
movie.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
that.
Yeah, it was, oh my gosh, it was so good. But that movie, fire, highly recommend. The Best Man Holiday. It
Okay,
was, dude.
okay. I'll have to check it out.
It was a time to be alive. But that was probably like my first time having a fully crowded movie theater, and was just like, people are fun. Like, this is back when like people were actually cool. Like, now I'm like, ugh. I gotta watch who I sit next to, because they might have an opinion on the movie. Like I like to just let me sit down and watch it before you talk. I don't need to hear you not agree. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's good. That's cool. I love that you got to have that for a Christmas movie, because
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel like you need more.
Like,
of those
there's no
moments.
better feeling than like leaving the movie theater, and it's like the whole sea of people come out of your movie.
Yeah.
And you know that all these people around you
They're
are all talking about the same thing that you just saw.
dude.
Like, and
It's
like, oh, I'm gonna
special.
go
It's
get
special, dude.
like a refill, and then you sit there in line with other people who are getting refills, where you're like, dog, the movie was crazy, right? Like, you talk to all these random people you never talked to in your life,
Dude,
if you didn't see a movie with
if
them.
movie theaters ever do like go out of business, I am going to officially start a movie night group.
There
Like,
has to be. There
for
has to
strangers
be,
and
bro.
all alike. Anyone can come.
Everyone pays a fee of like $5.
Yeah, like,
and
we are just
we'll
trying to
pop
make a big
popcorn,
thing.
and
We'll sponsor it under Cabin 13 production.
we'll do it. We'll do it. We will rent a warehouse, and we will,
We'll do it like once
with
a
the
month.
money we don't have
Yeah,
or
dude.
make.
We'll just use. Excuse me,
Dude, the
chat.
Sandman got you or
I
something
know,
over
dude.
there.
I'm not even tired. I just keep yawning. But my apologies, chat.
Man, you just find me boring. That's
No,
crazy.
no, I don't. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
No, I think it would be funny. I think it would be great if we could do it like once a month, and just like whatever the hot movie out of that month
That would be
is,
so cool.
we do
The thing is, though, we couldn't stream it. It has to be in person.
Yeah, everyone would have
Everybody
to
has
come.
to be in person.
There's no Zoom or anything.
No,
No
no.
one's gonna be able to join online.
It's got to be in person.
We're gonna set up a projector.
If we had enough money at some point from doing this, we could just buy movie theater seats and just line it up like in front of a projector screen or something.
Have the little tables.
Yeah,
You can, like,
yeah,
bring your
the
snacks.
little school tables that you
That never
you bring
work
out
right.
in front of you. Yeah,
They're always wobbly.
yeah.
Oh man.
We'll only have popcorn, but it'll still be great. You
All
know.
right. Well, let's kind of wrap it a little bit back into what we were talking about. I had one more kind of like real question for you,
Okay.
in regards to these classic, non-classic things. I don't know if you've seen any of the ones I have listed here.
I have.
But some of these I could see being the contenders for potential later down the line. These are the classic Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them will be. I'm kind of wanting your opinion on if any of these will end up being a classic. I have opinions on some of them.
Well, I haven't seen Spirited, Klaus, or Red One. So I got
But you've seen
Christmas Chronicles and Violent Night.
Violent
that's all I
Night. Let's
got.
be real.
It's not
gonna
a
be
classic,
It's just
but
funny.
that movie is great. I love that movie, but it's not a classic.
It'll be a subjective classic for sure. Where every Christmas.
Oh, I
season-
will watch it every
Yeah.
holiday, but
Yeah.
like it won't be.
What is his name? David Harbour.
Yeah,
Dude, he's-
Hopper, bro.
He's such a good actor.
I love David Harbour.
He's been blowing up since Stranger Things, and every new role
because he's a
in,
great actor.
He is,
He's
dude.
one of those like,
Oh my
we got
God.
like someone really good that came
Yes.
out of something.
I'm
like,
so happy that he's been in everything, and I can't wait to see him in the Thunderbolts, bro. As Red Guardian again.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be
yeah,
great.
because he's just so funny. He's literally just playing himself, just a Russian. He's playing a Russian him.
He
Like,
is,
and I
dude.
think that's so funny to me. Like,
but
oh, man.
not classic
Yeah.
material.
Christmas Chronicles, I can see a little bit more.
I can see it. I'm honestly my only real
I would say Nightmare Before Christmas would be more of a Christmas classic out of any of these. If I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
it's old enough. It's got the claymation.
But I feel like it's already kind of hit that point where everyone's
Caring.
going to watch it around this time or Halloween.
yeah,
These are like the newer ones where I'm like, they're definitely not classics yet, for
that's
sure.
fair. What about Hot Santa? Or I'm sorry, Hot Frosty. Have you?
What?
Yeah,
No, I have not seen
Yeah.
Hot Frosty.
yes, a new movie on Netflix.
What?
Yeah,
What is it about?
it's a magical Christmas scarf that falls on a hot Santa or Hot Frosty. I'm sorry, I'm getting
like
these
just
names.
like a beefcake of a snowman?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, like has a 6-pack and everything.
And he just
And
comes
it
to
just
life.
comes to life as a man with a 6-pack.
What does he do?
I mean, he's kind of like just like a little slow. He's a little slow because I mean, I guess I haven't watched all of it. I haven't watched any of it. I just saw the trailer. But
I
like
haven't watched all of it. I haven't watched any of it.
I just saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, he's like a little, he's trying to learn while also being a man.
Huh.
But yeah, it's like a magical scarf that
Wow.
happens upon him. And
Interesting.
yeah. I think that's a classic.
You think that's a classic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the most.
I think you're dumb.
I think you're wrong. I think no. I think most likely out of all of the picks here, Klaus is going to be.
Yes, I haven't
hands
seen
down
that one.
A classic.
Yeah.
It is an animated movie. It's a mix of animation between a style of 2D and 3D. So it's like its own unique style. But it's just got like it's a simple story about a mailman who comes from a rich family who's super spoiled and annoying, and so his dad's like, I got to teach you some manners and teach you how to be a real worker, or else I'm not going to keep giving you all my money for nothing. And so he sends him out to be a mailman.
In the North Pole.
Not in the North Pole, but in this remote area north. It's supposed to like be kind of like alluding to that, but it's not really the North Pole. And he sends him to this
North Pole.
probably, and he sends him to this this island that's just full of these two groups in the town who hate each other and fight each other and like literally will pillage and steal and kill and all this stuff. And
By the way, great dad. This is one of the very few rich dads that I've heard.
Oh,
where
absolutely,
he's like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna teach this kid some
Teach you
real
some
some
real
real
stuff.
manners.
teach you how to be a real boy.
yeah. Just sends him to a remote island in the
Yeah.
north. Like, dang, that's
No,
okay.
he does. I'm not going to go through the whole movie, but it basically he meets this woodsman.
Oh,
who's like a carver and like carves toys and stuff like that because
and he delivers the toys to kids.
he doesn't, but he ends up doing so with the mailman because that's the only way that.
No,
kids
that's what I
will-
mean. Like the mailman like delivers the toys. To the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. Basically, they don't use mail there. That's why they needed a mailman out
So
there.
he's Santa, but
The
woodsman is the elf.
No,
oh,
other way around.
oh,
And actually, again, I don't want to spoil everything, but
woodsman
the
is
elves are
making the
kind of just this
toy.
random Swedish group of really short people.
that's crazy.
But it's such a sweet movie, and
They
there's
just
like a lot
enjoy
more-
making toys.
They do, bro, and there's just a lot more to like the woodsman's backstory and why he carves toys, and there's like a whole reason behind that, and it's really good, and I don't want to spoil it.
That's
for you.
cool.
But it's so nice.
I'll take a
it's
gander.
wholesome,
I'll take
and
a
it's-
gander.
It's great storytelling, good writing all around. Sorry
Okay.
to geek out, but
No,
I
that's
definitely
good because
think
I mean I know nothing about
you
it, so
should
that was
totally
like
watch
that
it.
was like a good.
it's one of my new favorite new age Christmas movies.
Okay.
As far as
when did that
wholesomeness
come out?
goes.
Did that come out in 2019? I feel like it came out like pretty.
I can look it up.
I mean, I guess 2019 isn't pretty recent. I mean, that's like 5 years.
2019?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude! What?
2019.
Hey, look
This
at
is
that.
what the woodsman looks like in the movie, dude. He's like
Does he
this-
look like you?
I mean, if I had white beards and stuff, this is like the main characters of the movie.
Oh my gosh!
I'll throw it up for you
Okay,
too as well,
okay.
chat, so you can see.
I like
if you want to
that.
see the image, you can come
Is it
over to
foreign?
our YouTube
that
channel.
that looked like the words were foreign on there.
That may have just been for that poster.
That poster?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's all in
okay.
English, but it's really good. It's I love it so much. It's
Oh my gosh, that's
literally
cool.
my
Okay.
favorite.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. Spirited was okay. Did you ever see Spirited?
No,
The one with
Ryan
Reynolds
no.
and Will Ferrell?
No,
Really?
I wanted to see it in theaters, but I never got a chance, and then it went to Apple TV. I don't have the Apple TV.
Oh, it's on Apple TV. Is
I
that why I
believe
haven't
so,
watched it?
yeah.
Apple, dude. Just make your.
Make it cheaper, dude. Like Apple TV
Yeah.
is so expensive, bro.
I'm already paying for so much stuff. It's I can't be bothered with Apple TV.
It's like, you know how much of my money
Unless,
you
of
already
course, you
give
wanted
for
to
my.
sponsor us, but
We do use literally all Apple products
all
here.
Apple products here. But
Just saying.
you should definitely go watch it. It's not. I wouldn't consider it quite as perfect of a contender of classic Christmas movie, but it's an enjoyable one. It's really fun to watch. It's nice. It's funny. It's got some music in there. Everybody's dancing and having fun, and Will Ferrell's hilarious.
Well, yeah, it's Will Ferrell and it's
And
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
They're
It's
both
so
hilarious.
funny.
Like, the quips are just
Yeah.
probably loaded. Like,
I think
I'm
it's
ready.
literally one of those ones where it's basically a Christmas Carol, but Ryan Reynolds obviously is a real person, so he knows about
Christmas
Carol. So he's like, I see what's going on here. You're gonna try and show me my past and all
yeah.
this stuff. And
But it's Will Ferrell, so he's like,
it's Will Ferrell.
he's like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It's good. I
And
definitely
shows
think
up
you
as
should see it.
Elf, Buddy the Elf, and then
It just shows up as Buddy the Elf.
he's
Oh,
like,
man.
Ryan, I have something to
I
show
gotta tell you
you.
something. I am the elf.
I am the elf. Oh man.
I don't
Well,
know. You guys should definitely let us know what you think as far as classics go.
I wish I've watched more modern. I feel like almost all the ones I've seen have just been like the older. Like,
I wish I would watch more as well. I mean, I'm not.
have you seen I'll Be Home? Before we get into the discussion,
Uh-huh.
have you seen I'll Be Home for Christmas? So it's
Uh,
like relatively older. It's like heavy film grain. It's live action.
I don't know if I have.
Um,
Let me see what it looks
no,
like.
dude, it's actually really good. I just watched it for the first time, like this month.
Really?
Of November. But yeah, it's about a kid whose parents shipped him off to California for like school, or like let him go to California for school. And since he's been out there, he just has turned to a whole California kid, doesn't want to go back
Oh.
home and everything.
I was gonna say, like, why is on the poster he just kind of leaning up against a cactus
Yeah.
in a Santa
yeah.
outfit?
Well, I'm not going to go through everything that happens, but
Yeah.
the whole thing is his dad misses him so much he wants him to come home for Christmas that he calls him this Christmas, asks him he's going to be there. Kid tries to give an excuse, and the dad said, if you are home on Christmas Eve at like 6 p.m. or something like that, I'll give you the keys to the Cadillac. And like apparently they've been working on this like Cadillac together, or I'm sorry, not a Porsche.
Oh.
So it's like this like really like nice like old car that they had worked on apparently every Christmas or whatever before he left to California. And so the whole story is him trying to
This came
get
out a
from
while
California
ago, too. This
to.
came out in like 1999.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's like a '90s movie, but I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu or Disney Plus or yeah. So if anyone likes the when
it's on
peak
Hulu.
when peak like good live action Christmas movies were out, definitely highly recommend that one because that one was one with a lot of like good laughs, and it was one of those just like. Dang, I couldn't imagine being that unlucky all the time. Like, just one thing after another happening. But it's one of those where you leave the movie and you're like, oh, good character development.
That's how
nice.
I feel about Klaus.
Like,
that's
there's
how
just a lot of nice character
thing.
development.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Dude, I love movies
So
like that.
highly
For
recommend
Christmas.
it. Highly recommend it. It's a good
All
one.
right.
But I wouldn't say it's a
Add it to
classic,
my
but
list.
it is a cool fun one.
Subjective classic?
Yeah, I would say it's one of those I could see myself watching it every Christmas now.
That's cool.
But this is my first year, so it's
First year
like,
seeing
I can't really say it's
I might have to check it out.
yeah.
So we've had a lot of chat today with chat and our beautiful selves about Christmas movies and the like. Do you have a favorite? Did we ask that? Do you have a favorite?
Just Friends.
Just Friends is your
Yeah.
absolute all time.
Probably, yeah.
It's okay to be wrong, but I
Okay. Okay.
no.
That one
Just
or the
Friends.
Christmas Carol one, the 2019.
The 2019
Yeah,
one, yeah.
it's a really good one.
I honestly do always fall back to the Christmas Carol that was like the 3D animated.
The Jim Carrey one.
Jim Carrey one,
Yeah.
yeah. That one's usually my favorite because I don't know if the one you said
It was
about
peak.
2019 is like faithful to the book, but
Yeah.
it
yeah.
is. That's why I like that one too, is because like a lot of the lines that they say in that movie
They're,
are
like, word for
directly,
word
and you're
from
just like,
the-
oh my god, I
yeah.
remember reading this as a middle schooler. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, we read that book. We did the play. We
We
did.
did a lot. It was a
Did a
very
lot of
big
it.
moment in our lives, and
Yeah.
so seeing it. Didn't we go see the movie as like a field trip?
Maybe. Probably. If it
feel
was
like
out
we
in the
did.
theaters, then yeah, we probably did. Because I think that was like I think that was our principal's favorite.
Mm.
So I think he always made a point to like
We saw a couple of those kind of things where we would go see like the
we'd see like the Disney nature movies and
Disney
everything. when they would
Nature.
go
We
out
saw
there.
Hugo Cabret.
Yes, we did. Oh my
Hugo
gosh,
Cabret
yeah.
was a good one.
That was a good one. Not true to the book, but
No.
it was a good one.
Good movie though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. I have officially unlocked my Christmas spirit. It is my time now, and
Next
I am
week
going
it's gonna be even crazier.
I'm gonna
You
show up in a
guys-
full Santa suit.
beard and all. Just
Hey bro, I'm debating on coming in as Santa.
you
on
should
the
come in
actual
as
Christmas special.
You should come in as sexy Santa.
I don't
Like
know.
where you just wear the hat, no shirt, but you have like the
Just
little like
the
fur
hat.
neck thing, like.
I don't think that's.
And you wear gloves and just boots with your
oh,
underwear on.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think anyone wants to see that.
I mean,
I do.
I'd pay for it. I'd pay for it on like Patreon.
But you see, that doesn't. You didn't say you wanted to see it. You said you would pay for it.
I mean, I would pay for you to do it.
on camera,
Yeah,
right? You just
yeah.
want me to come on film and like be like,
I'm here.
I'm sexy Santa.
Anyone who only listens on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you might want to switch over to YouTube for that
We'll
one.
play the sexy music there. Na, 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 na. I'll be swinging.
We'll
my
get you a
sack.
bucket of water that we can like throw on you like that one movie.
Just the-
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that. Sorry, Chad,
Aw,
to get your
man.
hopes up, but no, that's
Come
not
on,
happening.
chat. Blow this episode up and
Yeah,
simply
if this
just keep commenting
episode-
you want Joey to
If
do
this
it.
episode gets, if this episode blows up, and I mean blow up,
No, if this episode hits 100 views right now, this
Then
week.
nah. this week, there's no way. There's no way. I don't.
Are you
wanna-
willing to bet on it?
If this video gets 200 views, 200 views by the final Christmas episode
Okay.
of the month, I will come in as sexy Santa.
I can see what I can do.
No,
I'll
no.
make 200. I'll make 200 Google accounts. And just keep viewing it one by one, bro.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna need so many desktops.
This clip is also definitely not going in the cold open because people have got to listen to the end if they want to know about this.
I'm gonna add a
Put
secret
it on a
clip.
social
I'm gonna add a
media
secret clip.
Oh no!
I'm gonna promote it. I'm gonna promote $200 for
Please don't. I really don't want to do it.
Oh man. Well, I mean, A Christmas Carol is probably always gonna.
It's always
be
my favorite.
the best
You
one.
can't beat it.
Easy. Gives you a life lesson to learn.
Makes you think.
We
about
all
yourself.
got life lessons to learn, but around this holiday, it's all about just caring. It's all about doing what you can for your fellow man, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to do it, you can't rely on anyone else to do it either. So, if it's important to you, just step up, do the right thing, and, make the world a better place, especially around this time of the year,
I agree.
So,
well, with that, we're going to leave you, chat. We'll see you on the next week of our Christmas special month. We're going to be doing a lot of celebrations here. We're also going to be having another Patreon exclusive this month at some point that you guys can also look forward to. All Christmas themed. This is that time of year. It's time to get holly. It's time to get jolly.
it's time to get some holly. It's time to get jolly. And it's time to find your lover under the mistletoe and
Yep.
ask for permission.
Yep. Ask for permission.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're going to leave you with a question, as always, like we do every week. This week's question is, what is your guys' favorite Christmas movie of all time?
And
Let
why
us
is
know.
it The Christmas Carol by Jim Carrey?
Well,
By Jim Carrey. He wrote it himself.
He wrote it, directed it, started it. Yeah, let us know. We'll be excited to see that. You can obviously let us know in the comments of this video, or you can, hit us up through our socials, Woodsmen Pod on Insta and X, or the Woodsman Pod at gmail.com. We will respond to any of those promptly. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
As much as we asked you to tell us your scary stories over the Halloween season and you failed, it's time to strap up and tell us your Christmas movies.
That's right. You got him. And I mean, just to add too, talk on X, because I definitely will respond. I love responding to people about any topics. So please make my Christmas and make me feel less lonely on why I downloaded X again to sit there and post the same things I post on Instagram and get no one talking. So, it's whatever. All right.
Thank you guys so much for joining us again on the Woodsman Pod. We will see you next week.
All right. Later, Gators.
The Woodsman Podcast is actively reading and responding to everything and anything on Instagram and our email. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the show, or would like to possibly be on the show, you can email us at thewoodsmanpod@gmail.com. Make sure to keep up with all things Woodsman related on Instagram as well, at WoodsmanPod. Don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe to the Woodsman Podcast wherever you get your podcasts, with video exclusively on YouTube and Patreon. Make sure to follow our personal accounts at Strange Kids and Pie Master J on all platforms.
The Woodsman Podcast is co-produced by Brent Murphy and Joey Rucker.
Our technical producer and engineer is Eric Bessero at Elite Sound Studios, with additional engineering by Brent Murphy.
Video editing by Joey Rucker, and blood, sweat, and tears by all of us.
Any additional content by the Woodsman Podcast may not be used without our permission. Copyright Cabin 13 Productions.
And remember, Christmas calls for Christmas movies.